What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. We were going to go over some MLB picks. Hopefully, put you guys on some winners. Look, I'm going underdog hunting. I think today's going to be some underdogs potentially. It's Sunday. It's underdog day. So let's hopefully find some winners. We'll have some favorites. We'll have some underdogs. But as long as we find some winners, that's the main thing. Drop your MLB picks in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Drop your MLB picks into the comments. All right, let's get into this game. We're going Astros, Nationals, first game. Astros, Nationals, first game. All right. Look, Christian Javier, not my favorite pitcher. He's all right. He's all right. He's not what he was, last year and season before yet right now. I mean, his strikeout numbers are okay. He can give up some home runs. I honestly am not high on this Astros team after yesterday. This Mitchell Parker, he's actually got the win in his last outing. They beat the Dodgers 6-4. He had 4 strikeouts in that one. Didn't give up a home run. To a potent Dodgers lineup is pretty nice to see. I mean, the Astros are hitting better versus left-handed pitching. Their average goes from like 287 to most recently up to 300-ish. But we've seen 2 close games, 5-3 and 5-4. The Nationals ended up winning in extra innings yesterday. I was surprised to see that one. I think the Nationals have momentum in this one, and I'm not laying the juice on the Astros team. It only has 6 wins on the season, like minus 200, minus 190, whatever the Astros are. I'm not doing it again. Give me the Nationals on the money line. I wouldn't blame you if you took the plus 1.5 because you could probably still get plus 100 at plus 1.5. Little insurance there, but I think the Nationals have some momentum in this one. And we look at some of these guys on the Nationals team. They have actually really good numbers versus right-handed pitching. CJ Abrams has been raking. I think he hit another home run yesterday. Joey Gallo knows Christian Javier. Obviously, on the other side, some Astros versus lefties. You got to watch out for Yordan Alvarez. He's got a 438 average of 3 home runs versus left-handed pitching this season. So does Kyle Tucker, 3 home runs and a 375 average. So you got to kind of watch out for those 2 guys. Jeremy Pena can get on base, but other than that, I mean, I still think the Nationals can win this game. I don't love this Astros team right now, and I don't love their bullpen. So give me the Nationals at like plus 190, something like that. Plus it, whatever. It's good plus price, plus 170, somewhere around there. It should be at least plus 165 to plus 190, depending on what book you're looking at. So give me the Nationals money line. Let's go. All right, next up, we're going to look at on this Sunday is the Rays Yankees. Yep, Yankees got shut out yesterday. They went to extra innings. They still ended up getting shut out. So they lost that game 2-0. Very surprising. No home runs in that game. This one I think is a little different. You got Aaron Savale, the righty, going versus Luis Gil. He's also a righty. The thing is, the Rays have not seen Luis Gil. It'll be his first appearance versus him. So I think that struggles to get the first couple times through the lineup as far as batting goes. Takes a little bit to get used to his pitching stuff. And Aaron Savale on the other side, he can give up some home runs. Like, he's given up home runs in every single start. He gave up 2 last time to the Angels. They did end up winning that one. I think it was a comeback win. And he did get 8 strikeouts, which, I mean, he can do. He can get strikeouts. But I think this Yankees team is a little bit more disciplined than this Angels team, obviously. So, and the Rays still, I don't know if I can back them with Savale. Honestly, when you look at some of these numbers, you look at the Rays versus righties, they got a couple guys that have all right numbers and then a couple guys that are just average. So, I mean, Rosario is kind of the threat on this team right now. When you look at the Yankees, you got Stanton, 5 home runs versus right-handed pitching this season. He wasn't in the lineup yesterday. That made me really hate the Yankees play when I seen that he wasn't in. So if he's in the lineup, I like him. I could see him hitting a home run. And then you got Juan Soto, 3 home runs, batting 346 average with 12 RBIs off right-handed pitching. So I like Juan Soto in this game. Even Rizzo. Rizzo has dominated Aaron Savale in his career. 2 home runs, batting 510 at-bats. Stanton has a home run off Savale. Aaron Judge has seen him at least 13 to 15 times, batting 231. Juan Soto has a couple of plate appearances. Alex Verdugo, Jose Trevino. So these guys have seen Savale for the most part. Their main hitters have at least anyway, and I think that gives them the advantage here. I think the Yankees can get this one. I think the Yankees can get this one done. So give me the Yankees on the money line. As a slight favorite, I think we should be minus 120, minus 125. But I think after getting shut out, We see some home runs in this game. The weather is not the greatest, but we do see 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, so that will somewhat help. Total set pretty similar to what it was yesterday. I think the Yankees get a couple home runs in this game and a little bit more exciting Sunday game. So give me the Yankees on the money line. All right, next we're going to PNC Park where the Pirates host the Red Sox. Man, this Pirates team offense has been non-existent. Like you look at their last 5-6 games that they've lost in a row now, 5 games in a row. They've put up 1 run in 3 of those games, 2 runs in the last game, and then 3-1 runs versus the Mets. All have lost. You can't win games if you're not getting offense going. They put up 9 versus the Phillies back on April 14th. That was their best win game. Other than that, they've lost 2, 4, 5, 6 of their last 7. It's really hard to sweep a team. The Red Sox, it looks like it's probably going to be somewhat of a bullpen game here. And the Red Sox versus left-handed pitching, I don't think Martin Perez goes more than 4 innings in this game, honestly. But the Red Sox versus left-handed pitching over the last 5 games is hitting below 100 average. So not the greatest. I think this game starts off slow, in my opinion. We've seen both first games start with a run in the first inning. But the Pirates this season have been a no-run first inning team. The Red Sox are kind of so-so. They're 11-11 to the no-run first inning. I don't blame if you want to fade this play, but I'm going to the no-run first inning in this one. I think this just starts off slow. This Pirates offense has been pretty non-existent. The Red Sox, we could see a couple guys sit. Sometimes Sundays, you got to watch the lineups because there could be some key guys that sit. The Red Sox are still dealing with some injuries, obviously. Tristan Cassis is questionable for this one. Rafael Devers is questionable. Tyler O'Neill's obviously still out, and then Trevor Story, those 2 big injuries. So the Red Sox have some injuries, which is if those guys are out, I like this no-run first inning. So just check your lineups. Be careful on betting these. If there's some hitters in the lineup, if Devers is in the lineup, I don't like it as much, but I still got to go to the Nerfy in this one. All right, next we're going to look at is the Angels at the Reds. Soriano going for the Angels, and he's going to be making his 3rd start. Frankie Montas for the Reds. Soriano's only started versus the Rays this season. He started in those 2, in Anaheim and then in Tampa Bay. He's had 6 strikeouts in both of them. His last one, he gave up 5 walks. Still only accounted for 1 earned run, but I don't know. He's still kind of getting going. So, and I mean the Reds actually hit righties pretty well. So it's the lefties that they usually struggle with a little bit more. You look at Frankie Montas on the other side. He gave up 2 home runs in his last start. He gave up a home run and not the last start, but the start before that. So he's kind of struggled with the home run ball again this year. He's gotten a loss in the last 2 outings. He only had 1 strikeout and only went 2 innings. If Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, I don't know if Rendon is going to be in the lineup. He might be injured, but if the main guys are in the lineup, make sure I'm seeing questionable for Rendon, but because he had that hamstring issue when he was running to first base on the other day. But I don't know. I think as a value standpoint, I got to go with the Angels. They did lose again yesterday. They have put up 6 runs to 14, so they're getting outscored. I think if those main guys are in the lineup, the Angels could potentially get Soriano's first win here. I could see this one just being runs. Get some runs going. Both these teams can hit righties very well. Obviously, Mike Trout is and Taylor Ward are mashing right-handed pitching. Logan O'Hoppe, Brandon Drury can hit. Rendon, if he's in the lineup, gets on base, which can lead to RBIs for the guys behind him. Mike Trout, 8 home runs, batting .274 versus righties. Taylor Ward, 5 home runs. And they know Frankie Montas. Mike Trout, Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward actually has a home run in 11 at-bats, batting .364 versus Frankie Montas. Rendon has 10 at-bats, batting .500. So if those main guys are in the lineup, I like the Angels. I think they can get this one. I kind of lean to the over as well, but I think the Angels get this one. I'm hoping that the main guys stay in the lineup for this one. I could see a first inning run. So yes, runs first inning. I could see we scoring some runs in the first inning. The Angels are one of the top yes run first innings teams. They're 14-7 to the yes run first inning, 13-6 when they are underdogs. So they're an underdog today. You look at the Reds, they are kind of middle of the pack as far as yes run first inning teams. So 50-50. So I think, though, we can see some runs get started. We see some aggressive sides from the Reds. They steal bases. Ellie De La Cruz, stolen base. I think you got to play that almost automatically in this series because they're just struggling to get him out. So Ellie De La Cruz for a stolen base, leading to the over and then not over 9. And I think the Angels might line as long as Mike Trout, Taylor Ward. I would like Rendon to be in the lineup as long as Drury's in the lineup. Like, make sure to check the lineups before placing anything. But I got to go with that. Like I said, I'm value hunting today. I'm underdog hunting. So give me the Angels money line, yes run first inning, and the over. All right, next game we're going to look at is Kansas City Royals, Baltimore Orioles game going. We've seen both these games go over. Yesterday, the total was only set at 7.5. We've seen, like 16 runs. A lot of that was due to Kansas City coming back late. They were down like 9-0. They started to come back. So the Royals have won one of these games. The Orioles have won the other. We've seen lots of high scoring. You got Cole Irvin, the lefty, going. Right now, the Royals are mashing lefties. Look at the last few games, batting .357 versus left-handed pitching. The Orioles batting .259 versus righties. Both can hit. You got guys like for the Orioles, you got Gunnar Henderson, absolutely been mashing right-handed pitching, 6 home runs and .315 average. Ryan O'Hearn, 4 home runs, 300 average. Colton Cowser, 3 home runs, 385 average. Even Jordan Westberg, 3 home runs, 308 average. Cedric Mullins been raking, 5 home runs, 292 average. Like, lots of guys that can hit right-handed pitching on this Orioles side. Obviously, the weak link right now for this Orioles team is Jackson Holliday, the prospect. He's just been a disappointment. 25 at-bats versus right-handed pitching, batting .040, and that's better. He bats better versus righties, so he's been an absolute disappointment. Basically, can't do anything for this team, but the Orioles are still rolling along. When you look at the Royals versus left-handed pitching, you got Salvador Perez, who has great numbers versus lefties. Vinny Pasquantino. Bobby Witt Jr. is not the greatest versus left-handed pitching, but he still does have a home run. MJ Melendez, Hunter Renfroe, Nestor Velasquez, Garrett Hampson, lots of guys. Salvador Perez does have a home run, batting .417 in his career, off of Cole Irvin. In my opinion, Seth Lugo has been super lucky to have his ERA where it is right now. He's putting a lot of batters on bases, but he's just been lucky to escape jams. You've seen some double play balls get him out of jams. He's not crazy strikeout pitcher. The Orioles don't strike out a ton, so I don't think he's going to get a ton of strikeouts in this one. And then you look at Cole Irvin. He doesn't usually rack up a ton of strikeouts. He can give up the home run ball. He doesn't usually go too deep into games, but you probably get 4 or 5 innings out of this guy. I think he gives up some runs. I also think the Orioles get some runs going. So I want to take the Royals. I don't know. I wanted to take the Royals, and then I seen that they were a favorite, so I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So I'm just going to take the over and root for more runs in this game. I think we see some base hits, maybe a couple home runs. I mean, obviously the weather's not the greatest still for hitting at Kauffman Stadium. The wind's kind of blowing a crosswind. If this number goes to 8.5, if it is 8.5 somewhere, I like it way more at 8.5 than at 9. But give me the over. All right, next game we're going to talk about is Tigers Twins. This Twins lineup is still one of the worst, in my opinion, in the top 5 as far as worst, like hitting and stuff like that. I don't like their numbers. I don't like how they've been playing early. Nothing really excites me about this Twins team. Louis Varland has not been great. He's a righty starting today he should be starting for the Twins, and then you got Casey Mize, the righty on the other side. We've seen the Twins get the win yesterday, 4-3. I said it would be a close game to take the Tigers plus 1.5 if you really wanted as a parlay piece, but whatever. Yesterday doesn't matter. Casey Mize did have 6 strikeouts versus the Rangers in that win. He in 6 innings pitched. He only gave up 200 runs. They won 4-2. Whereas you look at Louis Varland, he's been raking up some strikeouts, but he's given up 2 home runs in back-to-back starts. I mean, that was to the Dodgers and the Orioles, but he's given up home runs in all his starts this season. He doesn't have great numbers. I don't like his chances to get the win here. You look at a couple guys like Kerry Carpenter. He can hit home runs off of Louis Varland. He's batting .339 with 3 home runs and 10 RBIs with 1,000 OPS versus righties. He does have a home run in his career versus Louis Varland, 1 home run and 3 at-bats. All these guys, Javier Baez, Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Torkelson, Zach McKinstry, all have seen him before, have positive numbers versus him. So I'm going to take the Tigers as underdogs in this one. This Twins team just does not excite me, and I think that Casey Mize can get it done, and the Tigers can get it done. So give me Tigers at plus money. I'm like I said, I'm on the dogs, lots of the dogs today. So let's go Tigers. All right, going to this Marlins Cubs game, Wrigley Field, still pretty cool today. We got like a crosswind, 12 to 15 mile an hour kind of cross out wind, sort of, but it is still cool. Edward Cabrera should be taking the mound for the Marlins, and then you got Kyle Hendricks going. So we got both righties going here. Both these teams hitting about 220 versus right-handed pitching in recent games. The Marlins have yet to score more than 3 runs in this series. So in 3 games, they've scored 3 runs in each of them. They won one in that double header, but it was a 3-2 win. So I don't know. Kyle Hendricks typically the Cubs kept him around to kind of pitch at Wrigley Field, but he's given up 7 earned runs in back-to-back starts, which is kind of concerning. I mean, it was put to the Padres and the D-backs, but still, he's given up a lot of earned runs this season, so that's kind of concerning. He's given up multiple home runs, pretty much in 3. He's given up multiple home runs in 3 or 4 starts. So I don't know. Do we see the Kyle Hendricks of old? If the Marlins get one, it would be this one, I think. But they got to put up more than 3 runs, in my opinion. Cabrera had 10 strikeouts in his last outing. He gave up a home run. He just hasn't given up a home run this season. So I think the Marlins could potentially get this one. I'm just gonna lean to the over, though. I think we could see some runs. I think we could see some runs. If the Marlins were a little bit bigger favorites than plus 110, I would probably be on them, but I just worry about their offense. Their offense was basically Brian De La Cruz right now. He's the one hitting. He's got 5 home runs versus right-handed pitching, batting .275. So he's pretty much been their offense as far as getting RBIs and stuff. And then as far as on the other side, you got Ian Happ, Christopher Morel, both have home runs versus Cabrera. So I lean to the over at 8.5 in this one. Not my favorite game. I wanted to take the Cubs. I think I would still take the Cubs on the money line. They're the better team. Both these bullpens are extremely taxed. They've been used because of that doubleheader and stuff. So that's why I think we see some runs. So I just got to take the over and hope that we see, even if we don't see a ton of home runs because it's at Wrigley Field and it's cool, we see some, base hits and doubles and stuff like that. And we see like a 6-3, 6-4 type game, something like that. So give me the over at 8.5. All right, Rockies Mariners game. Look, I don't want to spend too much time on this one. I don't love this game, honestly. The Rockies did just get shut out, and now they got to face George Kirby and Cal Quantrill going for this one. Look, I would just want to take Mitch Haniger, and Cal Raleigh. Take them for hit-to-hit home runs in this game. Mitch Haniger, Cal Raleigh for the Mariners. Both of those guys to hit home runs. I could see either one of them hitting a home run. So that's it. That's all I got for this game. I don't love it. I see the Mariners win. All right, next we go to Petco Park where the Padres host the Blue Jays. The Padres have not been great in this series. They've only put up 3 runs in the 2 first games. They've lost both of them 5-1, 5-2. Not what you want to see. Tatis Jr. hit that home run in that first game for us, which was nice. But since then, their offense has been pretty non-existent. I think that kind of changes in this game. We're seeing, Chris Bassett going is not my favorite pitcher. He can give up sharp contact. He can give up home runs. He can induce some strikeouts at times. His strikeout numbers aren't terrible. He's been fairly solid, actually, in his last 2 outings, only giving up 1 earned run in each of them. And the offense backed him up in both of those games. And you got Joe Musgrove, not my favorite pitcher either right now. He's just not in the greatest of form. He's given up 3 earned runs, 4 earned runs in his last 2 outings. He gave up 4 walks and 3 walks, home runs in back-to-back starts. Both these teams are batting about .250 versus right-handed pitching. The Blue Jays bullpen is looking pretty taxed. Jordan Romano's on no rest. Yimi Garcia and Genesis Cabrera all on no rest. Those are kind of their main guys. So they're going to have to go to like Trevor Richards or Tim Maiza, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they'll still use a couple of those other guys on no rest. But Tim Maiza, I don't like. He can give up lots of home runs. Obviously, the Padres bullpen is a little bit more rested. I kind of lean to the Padres. I don't think they get swept here. Versus Chris Bassett, Manny Machado has a home run off of him. Xander Bogaerts has all right numbers. Jurickson Profar, all right numbers. Then you look on the Blue Jays side, Justin Turner is absolutely owned. Joe Musgrove in his career, and that was when he was with the Dodgers, obviously, but 429 average and 14 at bats with 3 home runs, a 6.3% K rate, and a 1.571 OPS. This is just going back like the last 6 years or whatever, but still, that's like mostly from when he was with the Dodgers, obviously, right? But still, those are some crazy numbers. Also on the Blue Jays side, Dalton Varsho has a home run, batting 308 in 13 at bats. Versus him, Dalton Varsho being a lefty batter. So I kind of lean to the over at 8 in this one. I want to see the Padres offense open up. I don't know if I love this Blue Jays bullpen still. They still have given up the most home runs in the league. So I think we see some home runs in this game, a day game at Petco. 70-degree temperatures, humidity higher. I think we could see some home runs, honestly. So give me the over. I think I got to take the over. I would lean to the Padres as well, but I want to see some runs. So I think we could see maybe Justin Turner hits one, but he hasn't been the greatest lately. But I could see potentially Dalton Varsho getting one. He's got 3 home runs off righties this season. As far as Blue Jays, George Springer I think is out of the lineup, but double check that one to be sure. Bo Bichette has 1 home run. So not the greatest of numbers versus right-handed pitching. And you look at the Padres, Luis Campesino, 321 with 1 home run. Ha-Seong Kim has 2 home runs versus righties. Jake Cronenworth, 3 home runs, batting 267. Manny Machado, 2 home runs, batting 253. So some good numbers. Jurickson Profar, 2 home runs, batting 317. And then you got Tatis Jr., 5 home runs, batting 314. So I could see Tatis hitting a home run. I could see Cronenworth hitting a home run. Maybe Justin Turner gets one just for old time's sake, but give me the Padres in a bounce back spot. Like I said, I like the over. I think we see some runs in this one. Might not start off with might start off a little bit slower, but I think it opens up later in the game and as these bullpens come in. So give me the over in this. All right, next we go to Dodger Stadium where the Dodgers and the Mets go at it. Tyler Glasnow and Adrian Hauser going, both the righties. Glasnow's last start was not good. In my opinion, he was not good. It was not a Glasnow start. His start before that, where he had 14 strikeouts, that was versus the Twins, though, so not surprising that he got a lot of strikeouts. And then he gave up 6 earned runs, had only 5 strikeouts in the loss at 6-4 to loss to the Nationals. And then you got Adrian Hauser, not my favorite pitcher in this Mets rotation, but this Dodgers team, I don't know how anybody could lay juice with this Dodgers team right now, especially like -2 something. Like they are in absolute shambles. They've lost how many games now? The Mets have won 7 of the last 10 in this meeting. The Dodgers have lost 5 of their last 6 games. They've scored 4 runs in both of these games this series, and this could very well be the game that they get the win. But how can you lay the price with this Dodgers team right now? It's ridiculous. They're too public. You got to go with the Mets just on price alone. You're getting, even taking Mets plus 1.5, you're still getting plus money. So in a Dodgers team that's not even winning, they've won 3 of their last 10 games, where the Mets have, they're on a win streak. It's got to come to an end at some point. They've won 6 games in a row. But I don't know. This Mets team doesn't strike out a ton. They are top 3 in strikeout rate. Their last game, they struck out 9% of the time. Over their last 3 games, K rate is about 19%. Right now, they still rank 3rd in the MLB as far as strikeout rate. And then you got the Dodgers way down, striking out 32% of the time in the last game. Over 25% on the season, 27.4% in the last 3 games. So I don't know. This just screams Mets plus 1.5 to me. I could see some runs again. Wouldn't be surprised to see some home runs in this one. Dodgers don't have the greatest numbers versus Hauser. Freddie Freeman has a home run. Miguel Rojas has a home run versus him. As far as the Mets versus Glasnow, obviously not the greatest numbers either. Starling Marte, though, he's got a home run off him. Francisco Lindor has seen him 10 times, no numbers, and Pete Alonso, nothing. But So this might start slowly, but I kind of don't mind Starling Marte. I could see Marte potentially hitting another home run at some point. Maybe it comes off the bullpen. And as far as the Dodgers go, I mean, obviously Mookie Betts is a righty killer. Max Muncy can hit righties very well. Shohei Ohtani, you got to be careful of some of those guys, obviously, but I just can't lay any juice with the Dodgers right now, and I'm definitely not laying a run line with the Dodgers and paying odds for that. It's just ridiculous. So I lean to the over in this game. I don't mind. I wouldn't blame anybody if you took the Mets straight up on the money line. Honestly, I would not blame you whatsoever. Do the Dodgers potentially get one here? Yeah, it's very likely, but I can see the over being very much in play. So over at 9, I like it at 8.5 more, but yeah, that's all I got for that one. I'm gonna root for some home runs. I kind of want to play the over. The wind's blowing out, 74-degree temperatures, humidity in the 60s. Not too much wind, but it's Dodger Stadium, so good hitting environment. So let's go with some mean guys. Let's see if Mookie Betts can get back into form and hit a home run. Maybe Miguel Rojas hits one, kind of a long shot parlay, and then Starling Marte on the Mets side. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, next we're going to the Giants D-backs game. I know this video is getting long. I was just trying to go over pretty much every game. So skip ahead to whatever games or skip back. If you made it this far, man, I appreciate you guys so much. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to drop your MLB picks in the comments. Feel free to fade me if you guys don't agree with what I'm putting out there. Like, this is my opinions, right? But, all right, so we look at this one. 2 righties going, Merrill Kelly and Jordan Hicks, I think. When you look at the D-backs are batting 245 versus righties over the last few games, whereas the Giants batting 338. I kind of am worried that this bullpen is so taxed for the Giants, whereas the D-backs do have the advantage of the rest in the bullpen. So this one is actually tough for me. This is basically a pick on. We're seeing a low total, but what scares me is Merrill Kelly. I don't really trust him, especially on the road. And this Giants team, a lot of these guys know Merrill Kelly pretty well. Estrada's seen him a good amount of times. Wilmer Flores, Lamont Wade Jr. has 2 home runs off of him. Michael Conforto's got good numbers. Mike Yastrzemski, is 3 home runs, batting 216 and 37 at bats. So these guys all know him pretty well. Jordan Hicks, he's only been seen a handful of times by most of these guys, like 1 game, 4 plate appearances type thing. Christian Walker does have a home run off of him, and Jake McCarthy does. But other than that, it's pretty much zeros. I don't know. Arizona's numbers versus righties just aren't as great when you look at it. That's what concerns me here. I could see the Giants potentially winning this game. It's a pick-em. It's not my favorite game. If the D-backs were plus money, anything, I would probably take them. I don't love this Giants bullpen, so I think I would take the Giants in the first 5 innings. I don't know. This one's really tough for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't like Merrill Kelly. I really don't. I don't like him. I don't love it. I think Giants first 5, take the bullpen out of it because they are so taxed. I would not blame you if you took the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one to even up this 4-game set and go 2-2. And the Giants have won 2 of 3, so maybe the D-backs get one here. I just got to go with the Giants just on matchup alone. I don't love it. I'd probably take the Giants first 5, and like I said, I don't love this bullpen being so taxed. All right, the final game we're going to look at is Braves and Rangers. Braves have won both games of this series so far. The Rangers have only scored 2 runs and 3 runs, so it's been pretty much all Atlanta, but it's also been all Travis d'Arnaud. He's hit, I think, 4 home runs in the last 2 games. He's absolutely raking. I didn't see him in the lineup initially yesterday. I don't know if he hit a pinch hit home run. I didn't check to see his stats per se, but he's absolutely been on fire. Texas is, they've won 4 of their last 10 games. Braves have won 8 of their last 10. You got Michael Lorenzen here, not my favorite pitcher. He's known to a lot of these Braves. Arzuna's seen him 16 plus times. Like, they've seen him a lot. Matt Olson has 2 home runs and 5 at-bats. Acuna has 1 home run and 6 at-bats. Pretty much all these guys know him, so that does not help. Whereas you look at Texas, this will be the first time seeing Darius Vines. So that might be a little bit a little bit struggling for them to start. They're hitting only 210. Texas is in the last 5 games versus righties. Braves hitting 239 in their last 5 versus right-handed pitching. Overall this season, the Braves are hitting about 300, 297 plus around there versus right-handed pitching. So Michael Lorenzen, I don't know. He can walk lots of batters. He can give up home runs versus a very lethal Braves team. Obviously, check your lineups on Sunday Night Baseball for this one. Make sure the main guys are in: Ozuna, Olsen, Riley, Acuna, Harris, all those guys. Travis d'Arnaud. If Travis d'Arnaud's in the lineup, honestly, wouldn't blame you for taking d'Arnaud to get a home run. But I got to go with the hot team. I just like the Braves better. I think they're just a better team. A Sunday Night Baseball at home for them. Truist Park. I think they tee off on Michael Lorenzen. I think we see some runs in this one. The Braves probably get, Braves team total over 4.5 would not surprise me at all. A couple guys to hit a home run. Let's see, like, as far as the Braves go, Travis d'Arnaud, it's kind of hard to not take him for another one, but Marcell Ozuna can mash. He's got 6 home runs versus right-handed pitching. Matt Olson, the lefty, can hit up. Michael Harris actually has really good numbers. 3 home runs, batting .358 versus right-handed pitching. So I could see a lot of these guys teeing off. So give me the Braves. I got a couple of those guys for home runs. I just got to wait and see that the lineup is first before I lock anything in. So, all right, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. This video is getting long. If you made it this far, comment 32. I know this is long. This is, not much time, but put those notifications on if you made it this far. Put the notifications on so when I drop a video, you can watch it right away. Hit the like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, drop your MLB picks in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I'm not going to give out a parlay today. I would go all underdogs probably if I'm going to go parlays or +1.5 underdogs. I just got to see the lineups first before I give out a parlay because yesterday we ended up losing it, and I don't like losing people money. So I want to be for sure before I give out the parlay. So yeah, so you can always follow me on X. Sometimes I post parlays on there. It's Ace Sports IV. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I gotta get this video uploaded and get it to you. It's 7:12 in the morning, so I gotta get you guys this video before the game starts. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you made it this far, I love you guys. Like and subscribe, and drop your MLB picks in the comments